Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tradell here. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today, I'm talking about stocks. I'm interviewing my friend Ricky, who participated in the GameStop short squeeze. There will be more entertaining vlogs and fun videos coming very, very soon. But I thought this was something that I was very interested in, and I actually learned a lot in this conversation. So I want to share it. The video is a little late. This happened last week, and Ricky has subsequently kind of got out as the stock kind of did fall. But again, get in here. Maybe you'll learn something. I did. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, guys? Tadell here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please hit like, comment, subscribe. Today, I'm sitting down with my friend Ricky. Ricky has gotten into stock trading during this whole pandemic, and I just kind of want to talk to him about it because, we all heard about the GameStop and the revolution that's happening between Wall Street and Reddit users. So, what's up, Ricky?
What's up? What's up, world? Hi, mom.
You guys can follow Ricky on his Instagram, which is
Ricky on the run. RICKY.
yes. Ricky runs a travel blog basically where they travel basically all around the world and just create sick content, like get into the culture and filming and things like that. So like, how has it been for you, like now being forced to like sit down?
I mean, it's crazy when like you're on the run and then you're grounded. You kind of have to like call an audible and like shift your whole lifestyle. So it's a wake up call, but at the same time, I feel like it's like an awesome opportunity to find new things, find new passions, and like hustle and grind, I guess.
Yeah, I think we need to get people like if someone is new, to just like a one-on-one of like exactly what stock trading is and like how it works. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They can get a general concept. I'll give my understanding, then I want you to try to give like a clear understanding.
Yeah.
So as far as my understanding, like the easiest way for me to talk about like how stocks in the stock market work is like basically you're betting on businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
businesses like they go like initial public offering where you can invest in the company. They get a valuation. Like, all right, say Apple goes out, everybody decides, people who decide they want to invest in it or not, they get shares of that company and say it's worth $50. Then you buy however many shares at that price. The more people buy, the higher the price goes, the more money they get towards their business. Is that,
Right.
is that
Yeah. Yeah. That's essentially right. I mean, like the share price is loosely tied to the value of the company, and so there's two directions that you can go when you're making a trade, right? You can go long or short, and it's not really about the duration, but when you go long, you're betting on the company, you're buying the shares long, you're betting on the company, going up in value, right?
right?
And you want to hold it for, however long that you want to. But when you go short, you're betting that the company is going to tank or going to go bankrupt or, going to go down in value.
So you buy it for a second just to sell it, basically.
Well, essentially, when you're shorting, you're only borrowing the shares. So, like, let's say I'm going to Webull or whatever. I want to buy 100 shares of
So you're
Games.
actually betting on the company not doing well.
Yeah. So that's the like disdain of short sellers.
Yeah.
Like they will go short. They'll borrow these shares from whatever brokerage or whatever, and they'll go on CNBC and they'll create like, oh, this company's gonna go out of business soon. They'll create all this like type of like negative media. You know what I mean?
Yo, so I had a hard time understanding what Ricky meant by short selling, so I asked him for an example. Like, say you did a hundred shares short position,
At
uh,
$10 a share.
$10 a share,
Uh-huh.
and then it goes down to $5.
Right. Hmm.
How much do you make?
That's like half of it, really. I made $500.
You would make $500. Oh,
So I'm,
you would
yeah,
make the difference of what it went down.
right, right. So let's say, what this is actually what's happening to GameStop right now. Instead of it going down to $5, it goes up to like $20, right?
Yeah,
And I still have to pay back Webull. So
because you still
I'm
have
not making any money.
because you're still committing to those shares you said you were going to buy. Uh,
Right,
but instead of
right,
going, and you went short, so now instead of the price going down, you got to buy it at 100 shares at $20.
right. So I gotta pay $2,000 instead of 500, right?
instead of making $500.
I'm losing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's gambling. It's like really betting. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
on it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Now,
like educated gambling, like gambling with like technical analysis, fundamental, like, research tools and stuff like that. But like, it's a gamble.
yeah.
So
So
multiply that by like all the hedge funds that went short on GameStop, right?
yeah,
Which is probably in the billion numbers, right?
yeah.
That's why they're like so pressed right now. They got to pay all this money back because it's not only GameStop was it's not only not only $20. It's like what's it at right now? Like 312.
Yeah.
They're like some of these firms are gonna go like completely bankrupt.
So this is why everyone thinks it's because so now I guess if you guys haven't been following, it's like what just happened with Robinhood is like they stopped people from buying GameStop, but they froze it, but then they let the people sell their shares so they can get out
Right,
versus like
right,
into what I mean keep yes basically sell them at like as the price kept going up, right?
right. Yeah. So like that's the issue is like when Robinhood, did that on Thursday, you can only sell it. You're not gonna be able to buy it. That's only gonna bring the price down, right? That's only gonna create a sell off and create like fear. I don't know what's gonna happen like ultimately, but like, we'll see, I guess.
Did you buy GameStop and
I did.
when,
Yeah.
when did you buy? And if you don't mind, like how much did you buy or whatever?
I bought it when it was at like $60, I believe.
And when was this? This was like
This was, I think it was like Monday. And what's funny is that like this whole like Wall Street bets thing, like I've been, on that Reddit,
yeah.
for a while, and they've been talking about this for months.
So okay, let's go back to just your personal journey with it because I feel like
Yeah.
that feels simpler for me. So okay, so you're reading threads, you're reading these threads, and you're like, yo, okay, like I'm gonna get in on this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so you see that GameStop is at $60 on Monday. You
Hmm.
how many shares?
Uh, let's say I bought 100 shares just for like, practical purposes or whatever. Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then like when I entered, I knew it was risky because I knew like the fundamentals and all of that. Like there's no way of making sense that GameStop is worth $60 a share, right?
Yeah.
But as another like strategy is momentum trading where you're following the volume, like everybody's pouring all this money in, and then you're realizing that like, oh, these people on Wall Street bets are right. Like these shorts are gonna have to cover their position. The price is only gonna go up. And then like, I wake up and it's like, the next day it's like 115, and I wake up the next day and it's like 200 something, and then the next day it's like 320, and it's going up to like almost $500 once, and like
Okay, so now let's
per share.
so let's stop there, right? So you got in, it was $60, right? You buy 100 shares, it costs you 6,000. I wouldn't
Hmm.
jump to like, okay, now it's $500 a share. Um,
Okay.
just for example. So now you got 100 shares at 500, and that's $50,000.
Yeah.
That's potentially now. Say could someone just get out? Like if you bought it, if you paid the long game, could you just get out right there, sell those shares?
Yeah. Yeah. You can sell at any time. You can sell it at like $100. You sell it at, $80 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like what's happening, in this Wall Street bets groups is like they're telling no, like hold, like don't sell at all, because like the minute that you sell, the price is going to go further down, right? And you can create like an effect where like the price just tanks itself.
My only question is, at what point will you know that like, okay, I can get out?
I think that's up to like every individual investor, because like the group thinking is that like the longer we hold, and when they have to close, they have to cover their position, right? The price is going to go up to like $1,000 a share. And whether that happens or not, like we'll see. I don't
Where
know.
their position is where they're gonna have to buy those shares that they
They
promised.
gotta they gotta pay back, yeah. And when they pay back, they all gotta pay back in the, it's not just paying back 100 shares. It's whatever, billions of dollars worth, right? So people are thinking that it's going to be up to like $1,000 a share or like 2,000 or 5,000 or whatever. So why would you want to, sell it off at 500 if it's going to go up to like 1,000, right? But at the same time, like when you're making a trade or whatever, like you have to be willing to lose that money. You know what I mean? Because it could go south on me, right? Instead of like, I could have bet it at, made that trade buying 100 shares at $60 a share, right? And it goes down to $50 or like maybe even like $30 a share, right? That's like $3,000 that I just lost right there.
It's
So
gambling. You're gambling. Like
yeah, educated gambling. Yeah.
educated gambling, and it's a cool way to gamble because. But the only thing with this is like this feels no longer like educated gambling because like I personally think I always love the stock market because I love business, right? And I think I can always gauge when like a business is going to do well versus a business is not going to do well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Long term, short term. But this feels like kind of like a game because like you just said, you think GameStop stock is kind of just worth like $10. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was worth like the 60. So now you're kind of
Yeah.
just in a playing a game.
Yeah. It's
Just
like a cat and mouse game. Like
yeah,
I think a lot of like that's the argument that a lot of these like institutional investors and the people on CNBC are making. Like, there's no way that GameStop is worth, what it's worth right now. Like it's completely detached and like these,
a meme up.
these Reddit, yeah, these Reddit idiots are like, they've completely messed the game up, right? And that's why they're mad. Is it's like they're telling these people like, oh, people are going to get hurt. You buying this share, you're buying it $300 a share, like it's not going to go up or whatever. But like, yeah, like I said, like people on Wall Street bets, they have their own reason. Like they feel like, back in the 2008 financial crisis, like everything, completely obliterated. And the only people that were built out were these hedge funds, right?
Yeah, these people have been getting rich hand over foot. Like,
Yeah. So it's like,
cool. I hope a lot of like the average Joes like actually like jumped in this and like nuts. Okay, any just to wrap this up, any like just as a summary, any tips, any advice, things you've learned, things you want to share about your journey with this? Like how, has this been like this has to have been like exciting for you? Like yo,
it's the craziest week I've had, like trading. This is like the biggest, like everybody's talking about all these memes and everything. Like, I think like if you really want to get like, what's that?
and you're like yo, I actually bought this shit. Like yo,
I know, yeah, I'm a
so
part of this.
so you guys know like I saw the threads, on Instagram and people talking about it. So I put on my story like, yo, like anybody come up on this? And Ricky's like, yo, I did. You and I think two other people. I think you
Yeah,
did the best or whatever with it.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, like this is like obviously like a once in a lifetime thing. Like, don't buy, other things just because people tell you, like, do your research. If you actually want to get into like investing and stock trading, all that stuff, like I would recommend like, going onto YouTube or like reading these, stock trading, you know, theory books or whatever, and like learning about technical analysis, like reading charts and like fundamental analysis and all
that's
that.
what I would say in your defense, and why, and it's also why I brought you on because like you were also just like, yo, I don't know that much, but it's just like, no, bro, I watch your stories, you know what I mean? So it's like I've
Yeah,
seen you participating and like studying this, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like getting into stocks. So it's
yeah.
not a coincidence that a moment like this happens and you're on top of it. Like I don't think
True. Yeah, yeah.
that's
And
honestly, yeah. I'm glad we did this because I learned some. You know what I mean? And I'm sure
yeah,
people
yeah.
will take away
And
from.
anybody can learn, right? Like if I can learn from YouTube, like I had zero knowledge before July 2020, and like, you know, you put in the work, you put in the hours, and that's for anything, right? You put in the hours, and you'll see the fruits of your labor.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I definitely learned a lot. Congratulations, Ricky, on fucking the hedge fund. Yeah, so you guys can follow Ricky on Instagram. Instagram handle is
Ricky on the run.
Ricky on the run. Are you're probably not going to share that kind of like your content on your gram and stuff like that.
I don't think so. I don't want to be like known. I guess I am now, but I don't want to be known as like stock guy. You know what I mean? Like it's just a part of me. I guess I will share parts of it, but like I'm not here to like sell ebook or like make money off of you or whatever. It's just like something that I'm interested in. So if you want to like share ideas or whatever, I'm open to it. If anybody needs any help, like I'm down.
Yeah.
So
I'll also link Ricky YouTube. Just me and Ricky, like Ricky's one of my best friends. So there's videos of me on his page of like, used to travel a lot, and this has just caused us not to. But
yeah,
check out his content. All of it's dope. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Ricky.
thank you, bro. I love you. I miss you. Hopefully, we can kick it soon.
Once it's
I'll come over, spend some time.
nice. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you again soon. Peace.
All right, peace.